Okay, we're back, everyone. We're still in this cauldron, but we're working our way out of the cauldron now, which is a different take because the tall neck was in the way of our usual exit. See, there he is. Just hanging out there.
I'll need these later for sure. These vents should get me across. Time right.
Yeah, if we time it right. Hi, Mira. Yeah, hi. Uh-huh. Miss Minicat. Hey, Aloy. The hell was that? She just fucking dropped down for no reason. I'm so glad that happened. Thank you. Oh, good. You sent me back here. Good. I was worried we'd have to fight the Apex fucking burrower again. Lord knows that's my favorite, having to refight enemies that I just fought. Because the game decided I just needed to die, I guess. I might have to mute the mic here because they're back. Huh? At least the checkpoints aren't nearly as bad as what you get in the PS1 era, where you die and have to redo the whole level. Problem is she delays between each jump so long. That's what I was trying to do last time. I don't know why she didn't do that.
Looks like the only way across is up.
Come on, let's make use of going on. We're probably gonna have to jump before we get up there. It's probably gonna cut me off, I would think. No, Alec, what? Why? I only pressed the button once. Why the fuck do you keep doing it now? Jesus. Fuck. Dude, getting out of this cauldron has proven to be more of a trial than...
That's why the Cauldron won't release the tall neck at the core.
Oh, there's a burrower here. That's not great. Okay, there's two burrowers here.
Uh-oh. Company.
Okay, I think we're good now. Sorry about that. We're really, really close, so.
Twisting.
Anyway, hi Tengage, welcome! We're currently making our way out of a cauldron instead of into a cauldron. This one is giving us a bit of issues in that it is definitely much longer than your average cauldron.
I think I can hear the head being repaired.
I should be sorry about someone else making noise outside my window. Yeah.
Head's in place. Big guy's fixed. Alarms keeping it in place. Maybe if I override the tall neck, the shockwave will break it free.
Okay. Arm's not. Look at that, they got this head attached like fast. They were ready for it.
There's nothing.
That was a joke for in another server. Yes, you are orange now. Orange, you glad I didn't say banana? Said it before me at least. Yeah, Vector said it before him. Oh shit, the shockwave knocked this entire cauldron out. Backup systems online.
It worked.
I'm already back to normal now. Sick, we got 6 skill points. We're level 25, halfway to max. God damn, this game is gorgeous. Alright, it took a little longer than I'd hoped, but cauldrons usually do take a while, so.
Fresh air again. You isn't too bad either.
Alright. So first, the map has been uncovered, guys. There's a few things that we can do here. There's an unknown settlement. What do you mean unknown settlement? We were there. We went through the entire area. Armor tusk. I haven't seen one of those yet. Anyway. So we got lots of stuff uncovered now. Super cool. But we're going to go to this fireplace right here. Gonna go do some cauldron stuff. We need to be close so that I can mix you up. I told you, I can't differentiate between orange and red, so... You're fine. Okay. So we got a new tall neck in the area.
I dropped off that Ravager cannon for you.
Splendid! That kind of power will improve my armor. I know it. Consider the contract fulfilled.
Okay, what's the last thing you want?
Does this mean you can start working on your armor now?
Not quite. I was taking a morning walk to clear my mind for the visionary task ahead of me. And I ran across a herd of lance horns. Swift, delicate, but vigorous. The best armor in the Forbidden West should be just as nimble. and I'll need their parts to achieve that.
I might be able to hunt them down for you.
That's all I needed to hear.
Okay.
I have to go.
The best of luck to you.
We did beat up some great Lancehorns, so... Where's this? Where's this quest? Oh, they're like right here. Okay. Thankfully, they're not far away.
Honda's Lancehorn herd should be close to this area. Here they are.
Kill 6
Some
Lancehorns.
Lancehorns. Might be faster to hunt these guys on a mount.
I don't have a mount right now, so... Okay. While they're doing that, I'm gonna go grab the horns I shut off because they are purple quality. We're probably gonna need a lot of them. Okay. Where'd the herd go? Okay, 2 down. Oh, no, the moment to kill 6. She doesn't need 6 worth. Now she's just taking my help for granted. What the other ones go? Put them over there. We have chill water. Fun if they don't die immediately, actually. Dead. Hey Gates, can you take down Lancehorns with relative ease? Oops, got the that's fine though. I'm gonna go pick up these horns. Hey, where'd these bitches go? Did they just completely fuck off? I didn't hear them charging a bed, but... The fuck? I don't see them. Where'd they go? I guess they have like this entire area they can explore. Okay. Like instead of running in a circle, they finally took off and further into this area, so let's see what we can find. This looks like it might be them over there. Doing Lancehorn things. something made them run. Okay, you're done. Game's like, go get a mount, and I'm like, I could, but I fire worse on a mount than I do off the mount, so I may as well just fucking chase these bitches down and kill them this way. Oh, that's one benefit of this quest. They definitely are loading me up with well, lancers. Just keep running. Got all the landsigns now. Now we just focus on murdering them. Well, that one's angry. Oh, at least red. Why is one of them blue, but the other one's red? He's cautiously aware. And then there was one. Hey guys, Spirit Tomb escaped. Spirit Tomb is relatively rare in Pokemon Go, and I guess every Pokemon. This is gonna be a bit annoying finding just the one lens. Then see, that's him over there, but it's in. Oh no, there he is.
Should be able to pick things up from here.
There you go.
I'll just take some salvage back to camp like Honda asked. Honda's in trouble. I better deal with those machines. Ravager cannon. Might be a good time to use it.
Fuck off!
Not giving up.
Literally, the moment I go to the other ones, it's like, okay, I'm gonna swap targets now and fight you. The bitch. Okay, I get really sick of their electricity pulses though. That's really obnoxious. Why are there Apex Grounders here, by the way? I have 10 skill points, I just realized. Anyway, 10 gauge, how you doing? Welcome. How's life on the 10 gauge side of things?
I'm surprised we haven't gotten more of those scavengers. What with all the scrap we keep around.
I'll pick these up.
Just another day in the Forbidden West.
Alright.
Damn scavengers! They're an occupational hazard, but still, it's a good thing you showed up.
Happy to help. I brought you the Lancehorn salvage you asked for.
Ah, this ought to make my armor shine like a spark in the night. Thank you, Aloy. Maybe you'll visit our main camp near Barren Light sometime. Bear witness to a moment in history as my armor transcends all others.
I'm sure it will.
Sure, if I can.
I don't like to call out things that bug me, but can't help but look at the gap in this lady's teeth when she talks. Anyway, let's put in our skill points. So we gotta put a point here. Gotta maximize this one. We need this one. Oh, it's only 3. First fire. There we go. Okay, we're gonna equip it. There, critical hit chance, component destruction damage plus 300. Killing a marked target deals 600 shock damage to all other marked targets. Okay. Cool. Okay, so we're almost done with that one. And then we'll roll the dice and pick a new tree. In the meantime, before we move on to our main story quest, we are going to teleport over to here. Yes. Reason being is we got to go into the lab and figure out what we can.
I can feel this frost down to my bones.
Figure out what we can. Override. That's what I was looking for. Override. The base. We kind of wish I didn't have to push the button.
Aloy, your Karja friend came through. She went to that Oseram camp you two were looking for, to the southwest. Aloy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. You sure you're okay being alone in here?
I have Gaia. And learning how to interpret the glyphs of the old ones, it keeps me occupied.
Have you gone back to Plainsong at all?
I thought about it, but I wouldn't know what to tell them. The chorus already thinks me a thorn in the thicket. If they knew what we did to Fa, even if they understood, there'd be little they could grasp about all this. No. For now, I must leave the tribe behind.
Okay.
Sounds like you met my friend Talana.
Yes, the Karja Huntress. I haven't seen armor like hers since the Red Raids, but Varl tells me that she too suffered at the hands of the Mad Sun King.
Yeah. She's one of the good ones. Trust me.
Okay.
So you've been talking to Gaia?
Yes, she was kind enough to take me through some of the history of the Old Ones, including their demise and the heroic actions of her creator, Elizabeth Sobek. I was surprised to see she was you. Past, but reborn? Not that I claim to understand how.
You mentioned you've been teaching yourself how to read?
Yes. Gaia was kind enough to put together a list of glyphs used by the Old Ones. She helped me decipher some of the data you've collected, and showed me how to use the focus to help the process. It's not easy, but it's been working so far.
That's good to
You
hear.
have hummed.
Did Gaia tell you anything about the Zeniths?
She did, though it wasn't exactly easy to believe. To think that there are places among the stars where life can bloom as it does here, it is humbling, to say the least, and heartbreaking that such life should be bent on destroying ours.
So, how does a tribe like the Utaru manage to maintain the peace with warriors like the Tenakth?
By holding them off. When our fields bloomed aplenty, the Tenakth looked upon our lands with envy. But Plainsong's dishes provided sanctuary and high ground to keep invaders at bay. In the end, even the Tenakth saw sense in a truce. The Utaru promised to provide the Tenakth with food from our crops every year. In exchange, the Tenakth would relinquish one of their own, a veteran, to train the Utaru in combat. This custom was abandoned a few years after the derangement. But some veterans still remain in the plains.
I've been meaning to ask, what's the deal with you and the chorus? You didn't seem to be on the best of terms.
That's what happens when you're the one Utaru who insists on publicly defying them. Twice. When the Karja invaded the Utaru plains, they did more than just attack our villages. They burned our fields, took our people as slaves, and murdered those who were too weak to make the trip back to Meridian.
To be sacrificed in the Sun Ring.
I was helping the healers back then, as waves of refugees swarmed into Plainsong. The chorus was divided in how to face the invaders. Some saw sense in raising arms. Others believed the dishes would keep us safe, as they had many times before. And while they bickered, I buried the seeds of the fallen.
When was the last time I visited at Camp Drybone?
Couldn't have been easy.
Last week?
Seeing your people suffer while the Karja invaded your lands.
I come from a small village near Plainsong. My grandmother used to say there was no seed that wouldn't grow there. I moved to the dishes when I decided to apprentice as a healer. When the Red Raids began, I thought about going back. But the injured kept pouring into Plainsong, day after day. So I kept putting it off. One day, I woke up to hear a Karja raiding party had ransacked my village during the night. I rushed there with the healers to help the survivors, but there weren't any left. The smell of burning flesh haunts me to this day.
I'm sorry, Zoe.
I made it a point to appear before the chorus as soon as we returned, to demand that we take a stand against the invaders. I was denied. So I left to fight on my own.
You said you set out to fight the Karja alone?
I did. But it turned out I wasn't the only one. News of my disagreement with the chorus spread through the plains. Before I knew it, I had more than a dozen Utaru warriors ready to follow me into battle. We knew we couldn't take on the Karja armies head-on, but we also knew the lay of the land better than they did. We ambushed smaller raiding parties, sabotaged their supply lines, and hit their encampments at night.
Sounds like you were a force to be reckoned with.
Enough that the Tenakth took notice. When the clans began to push the Karja back east, they let us join their ranks. We chased the enemy all the way to Barren Light.
You said you were at Barren Light when the Tenakth defeated the Karja?
Tenakth marshals climbed the cliffs of the Daunt under cover of
Can you
night,
do with all this pee?
then attacked from the other side. Before we knew it, the gates were open, and the full force of the clans burst through. What happened next was not something I like to remember. When all the dust and blood settled, I smelled it again. The stench of burnt flesh. Our enemies defeated. What was left of my squad returned to the Utaru Plains. I went back to Plainsong. But even as the harvest passed, it didn't feel like I'd truly returned at all.
Is that when you became a grave singer?
I thought soothing the suffering of others would somehow appease my own. Then you came along and gave me a choice. I could either sing at people's graves or fight for a chance to keep them alive.
I'm glad you chose the latter.
Lots of info
I
there.
need to go, but if you need anything, you can contact me through your focus.
I'll keep that in mind.
You can also contact Farrell. Okay, where's the lab? No, this is an office. Lab's over there. Okay, close. I was almost in the right one. Here
Looks
it
like
is.
this room's changed. Is that your doing, Gaia?
Yes. I have repurposed the displays to track the cauldrons you have acquired data from.
Okay. So, we can actually do a few of these. I'm gonna grab this one here. There. I'm also going to that one. We're gonna get the roller back as well. And the snapshot. We need a Ravager primary nerve, and a Bellowback sack webbing, and a Bellowback primary nerve. I actually have not fought a Bellowback yet, so... But, the... What was that one I just... What was the bird I just won? Was that a sun? It wasn't a Glinthawk, it was a... Skydrifter. Okay. Very important. We deal with that. Also, we can look around here a bit, because some of the other stuff has actually changed. I think. Huh, there's my storage. Not yet? Okay, I guess not. Okay, so yeah, so eventually the other characters will like create a room here. Alright, we're gonna take a quick break, guys, and then we're gonna head on and we're gonna start the main quest to find Ether. Don't go anywhere.